insane people everywhere who
I got
on
you.
every
Okay.
side of everything.
But across the board.
But like overall, do I agree with what they want? No, but
Wait, hang on.
yes.
But there are things that you agree with.
This is why I like the professor, bro. He's honest. He's real.
Is it men? Is it women? Like, who's MAGA?
Both, everyone.
Yeah, you think it's a general.
Yeah, I think it can be anyone.
You don't think it's more men than women, or?
I mean, I think the 2024 election showed us that.
Mm-hmm.
Women did not show up to vote, and if they did, they also voted for Trump just as much as they didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's yes, that's a nice stereotype to like have, and people like to think it. I mean, I wish I could think it too, but you can't because it's not real.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
So the students are finally realizing that a lot of people apparently are MAGA, in the 2025 election showed that. And I've been, bro, when I say stuff online, people think that I'm pandering or that I'm trying to pick a side, but I'm just being real. A lot of people are MAGA. A lot of people, and it's for really normal reasons. It's more normal than you think. People are MAGA because they don't like the economy, or they're MAGA because they don't like what's happening in society. It's stuff like that. And people are like, no, that's not the case. I've been saying for a long time, a lot of people support Donald Trump, and it's because of these main issues, and people just ignored me like I was crazy. But even students are saying it now. So this video is about a college student, Professor Richards, talking to college students about MAGA, what it means, who supports it, and the misconceptions in it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. All right, you ready? Hang on.
Am I ready? I don't know.
Oh, dude, get ready for this.
Okay.
Man. This is a big one. What do you think that people most misunderstand about MAGA?
What they actually want to have done for the country, probably, in my opinion. Like I don't think that people automatically like want people's lives to be ruined. I don't think that at all, actually. Like, they don't want people's lives to be ruined based on the policies they support.
So like for example, like tracking down people who are undocumented and kicking them out of the country, or not letting them get a COVID vaccine, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't want that.
I don't think they completely always understand what it actually is doing to the people.
Okay. Like with the policies of the Democrats.
Correct. I don't think anyone ever really understands, because unless you've devoted your entire life to studying political data, which good for you, that's cool.
Okay, so you think that what's most misunderstood is people have the idea that they're really trying to hurt people. These are really angry people who are mean, and they're trying to hurt people. And you feel like that's not the case.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
I mean, there's people in every group.
Okay, I got you.
Like, there's insane people everywhere who
I got
on
you.
every side of everything.
But across the board.
But like overall, do I agree with what they want? No, but
wait, hang on.
yes.
But there are things that you agree with.
And this is why I like the professor, bro. He's honest. He's real. She immediately said, okay, the misconceptions that come with MAGA is that they all want to hurt people. They all want to do this. And that is a misconception I see, especially considering half the country voted for them. You can't just assume. This is for anything. If a Democrat wins the next election, this is for that too. You can't just automatically assume everyone who voted for the other side is evil. And the reason you can't assume that is because you're going to fall down a really dark rabbit hole of conspiracies where you believe there's people plotting against you. That's not how it is. When you look at political science, because it is a field of study, you have to look at it from the most objective point of view. So there's reasons people voted for Trump, and there's reasons people voted for Kamala Harris. And what the student was about to say was, I don't understand it. I don't support anything on that side. The problem with that statement is that when you already tell yourself you don't support anything on that side, you're automatically assuming the other side, in this instance being the Democratic side, is the good side, is the positive side. When in reality, there are things that you do support on the Republican side. You just don't want to say it because you don't want to put up a bad image. You don't want a virtue signal, or you want a virtue signal and say that you're a good person. But the professor's like, nah, we're not having that. I'm going to tell you things that you support on that side.
Laid out. If we sat here and had this long conversation about Donald Trump and politics,
there are.
I could find.
Overall, though, no.
Okay, overall. But that's what's really
Gotta make that
but
clear.
this is complicated, right?
Very. Politics is
okay.
complicated.
Okay.
There's a little bit when I was going to be a poli-sci major. Good reasons why I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, but the idea is you got to vote here, you have to vote here. When you vote for this person, like in this case, let's say you vote for Kamala Harris, you're voting for
I think one of the
things-
biggest disservices to our country is, like when you go to vote, when you can vote straight ticket. I think that's one of the biggest disservices to our country.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and so you know that if you vote for her,
Right.
and I'm assuming you voted for her.
Sure did.
There, you also voted for a lot of things that you really you would not like. If you knew about it and you thought about it, you'd be like,
Well,
I don't like
in
that at all.
my own defense, I did do research. I didn't
Okay,
just
I got
vote.
you. No, but there were things.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. By the way, you hear that, right? So this is the idea that you all are much more nuanced than, bro. What do you? And I'm going to come to you. What do you think is most misunderstood about the kind of Trump and MAGA policies and so on?
I think that what gets misunderstood is the idea that America First is not America only. And I say that because, a lot of the policies he has does target, America and its states forwardly, right? And, it opposes, well, in the most part, opposes sending money overseas for wars that we should not be a part of. I think that people don't look at the bigger picture of it's America first until in a lot of conservatives' mind, once the...
Nah, he definitely voted for Trump. He definitely voted for Trump, bro. He definitely voted for Trump because this is something that a lot of conservatives say and this is a premise that I agree with. People voted for Trump because they were tired of Americans being put on the back burner. That, if you can sum down the biggest reason why Kamala Harris lost, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just being honest here. The biggest reason she lost, or the Democratic Party lost, is because there was an impression that the Democratic Party was ignoring the needs of the American citizen. And in retaliation, they voted for the other party. And he's summarizing that really well. For example, the entire nationalistic American first perspective that he has is a very conservative perspective. And it's not a perspective that a Democratic person would say. And the reason I can prove this is because look at the young woman who voted for Kamala Harris. She didn't say this. She said, she actually said that she doesn't support anything that Donald Trump stands for or the Republican Party stands for, which is not realistic. You always support at least one thing the other party stands for. At least one thing. You don't blindly follow anyone. You don't even blindly follow your own parents. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Country is at a state in which we can give, then we should. But we can't right now in our situation.
What's that situation?
So with a lot of...
Wait, are you speaking for yourself? You're speaking for MAGA, right?
Yes.
For conservative.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you know to be or think to be that situation?
Well, so in my personal experience, as someone who has lived, in Orlando, hurricanes are a big issue. I remember, earlier, what was it, last year, North Carolina and the flash flooding and everything. The FEMA response was quite weak. Orlando, the city I live in, it flooded for days, and it was hard to get responses. It was hard to get any support before, after, no matter what. We knew it was coming. We knew it would happen, and still nothing. And yet tons of money was still being sent overseas. So I think that a lot of conservatives, including myself in this category, I think that prioritizing the states and the citizens should go above any global wars, any situations like that.
So this would be a perspective from okay, I got it. Can I borrow your mic for a second? I want to ask someone a question. Bro, can I ask you a question? Dude, Trailer Park Boys? Oh, dude. The first season is just like unbelievable. What? Anyone watch the Trailer Park Boys? Man, oh my God. I don't know why. I'm like I'm such a loser. I think it might.
I think it's a good show. I don't think you're a loser for liking it.
No, it's a great show. It's a great show. I think Ricky, I think in my past life I was a Ricky. And so it's just like, okay, anyway, listen, man. What percentage of our budget in the U.S. is spent on foreign aid? What do you think? What percentage of our national budget?
I couldn't tell you, like off the top of my head. I would say a surprising amount. I'm a poli-sci major myself.
All right.
And I do have something to add to this, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Answer this question.
I would guess like 30-something%.
All right, man. Hang on. I'll come back to you. What do you think?
How much we're spending?
What percentage of our national budget do we spend? So we collect all of our taxes and we divide it out and we spend it. What percentage do we send overseas for foreign aid?
Foreign aid. I'd actually say it's a shockingly small percent toward foreign aid. Not that small. I'd say maybe about 10%, 13%.
All right. Who wants to take, bro? You want to take a shot at it? No, hang on. We need a woman.
I would really like this question because this was a big this was a big thing that Trump ran on, like decreasing the amount of money we spend and the percentages. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the percentages even matter. I just think it's annoying seeing, in my opinion, seeing us spend so much foreign aid and Americans are struggling. I don't think that's the case. If you have 38 million people in America living in poverty, think about this. 38 million people in America live in poverty. And these numbers are actually from his lectures. I'm learning from his lectures. 38 million people living in poverty. That's more than some countries. So we can have our own entire country of just poor people. 22 million being just white. So we have 22 white people just living in straight poverty in the United States. And then these people, 22 million white people, 38 million people in totality, just poor. When they see us spending $10 billion on foreign aid, it's like a slap in the face. It's really like a slap in the face. So I don't even think the percentages matter. It's like the amounts of money, 100 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion. What do y'all think, though?
How about you? Go ahead, man. What do you think?
I also don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to have to say middle ground between those two answers.
Yeah? All right, 20. That would be... Dude, I'm not a math major. Wait, where's my Korean math genius? All right. All right, that'd be about 22. I don't know. All right, listen, man. No one knows, by the way. The answer is... Does anyone know? Does anyone absolutely know? You absolutely know? Dude, my jeans friend up here. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 1 to 1.5% of our national budget.
Yeah, you got it. It's about 1%. Which means so I'm only responding to that. To any of the MAGA people in here, anyone or who's watching, like, who would make that particular argument, which I think is a fair argument. Make America, take care of your own people before you take care of other people, right? But we only spend, it's a little bit less than 1% on foreign aid. And
the reason why I said the percentage doesn't matter, because I already knew it was going to be low, is because the fiscal budget is like $7 trillion. So what's 1% of $7 trillion? I don't know the exact numbers. That's at least a few B's, a few hundred B's probably. I think it's a few hundred B's, bro. And that's life-changing money. If you invested that money into U.S. citizens, you can literally pull 30 million people out of poverty. And I'm not exaggerating. I swear I'm not exaggerating. You can do it. So yes, 1% is still a lot of $7 trillion. If it was 0.0001%, I'd be like, all right, that's not a lot at all. If it was 0.0005%, I'm like, you know what, that's not a lot. But a full one, it's a lot of money.
And so that's just something to think about, right? So what would you say when you are in conversation with people who are saying that? What would you say to them?
Yeah, no, I figured it was a smaller number, but still, that number isn't zero, and not that it should be zero. We provide medical supplies, we supply ammunition, we supply so much across the world. But when there are people in North Carolina whose entire livelihoods are destroyed and they're getting, 30 something. I don't know remember the exact numbers.
Yeah.
They're not getting a ton of money a day. Their whole livelihood was ruined. We should dial it back just some more. Give to them.
Nah, he's based. He's based, bro. He definitely voted for Trump. I can tell. Don't ask how I know. But he voted for Trump. For sure. It's like, nah, let me stop playing. I'm just joking around. I don't know who he voted for. He is definitely more conservative, though. And, yeah, he's right. This is why I said the percentages don't really matter that much. And 1% is still a lot. If you have people struggling in the United States, they don't want to see any percentages, bro. And it sucks to say because it kind of starts a us versus them debate, and that's not really the goal of this. I don't want to divide anyone. That's not the goal of this at all. But if you're paying taxes, if you're paying tax dollars and you're working every day to make America better, and if your child or you can go to war, meaning that I can be drafted to war to fight for my country, you do have a say in this stuff. I'm sorry, you have a say. And if you see things going not the way that you want to go, you have the right as an American citizen to say something, bro. I don't think anyone who is eligible to be drafted to defend our country should be in poverty. I'm sorry. That's just what I think. Unless their decisions are just so diabolical that, you can't save them. But yeah, I think they do have a right. If you're a working class citizen, you're doing what you have to do. You're really working and you're really trying. I don't think you should be subject to poverty. And I think you do have a say in how money is spent.
First, in my opinion.
Well, okay, that's fair. I want to play devil's advocate here for a second.
Sure.
Just again to the MAGA people. I just want to throw this out there to you all. To the Christians, Muslims, and Jews who believe in really a singular God. You're all children of the same God, man. Doesn't matter whether you're giving money to Sudan or Ethiopia or Mexico or wherever. You're still children of the same God. So hang on, I'm going to give you something you can say to them, all right? And then you could say like WWJS, which would be, what would Jesus spend? Or where would Jesus spend? You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of funny, right? We have this nationalism thing, and like, it's fair. Like, okay, make America good. It's America. You know what I mean? But like,
Where would Jesus spend? That's a very interesting question, Dr. Richards. Where would Jesus spend? I think Jesus, I don't even want to answer this from the perspective of Jesus because I'm not Jesus. I'm not a prophet. I'm just a son of God. But if you are in America and you are a child of America, you pay taxes in America, you will die for America, I think the money would go to you first. I do. Jesus said, protect your family, provide for your family. Work until when the sun rises. Do not be lazy. And a lot of people are working when the sun rises. They're not being lazy. They're doing what they have to do. They really are. People aren't out here doing nothing. They're working. And they still cannot provide for their families. And I think that's a problem, bro. I don't think 38 million people should be living in straight poverty. I don't. 60% of that being white, by the way. But let me know what you all think. I think Alex was being based here. He was spitting facts. And yeah, I'm going to end the video here. My name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you in the next